You guys can see this? This right here is my pen. So please turn on your camera and have your notepad and your pen out. Turn on your camera and have your notepad and your pen out. This is an 8-figure earner. We're about to have trainers. This is not a motivational call. This is not an inspirational call. This is a transformational call. You can literally change your life by taking notes and applying exactly what this man is about to talk about. So before I bring him up, I want you guys to help me welcome the founder and CEO of Vida, my mentor. This man has literally changed my life in network marketing, showed me the ropes. He's created a lot of multi-millionaires in this company, a lot of 7-figure earners, 8-figure earners, a lot of 6-figure earners in this company. And with this system, he's about to teach us. And the beautiful thing is it works. Why? Because of the success stories. Why? Because it makes sense. So please, 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 if you have any distraction, please, 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 no distractions for the next 45 minutes to an hour or however long it takes. Grab your pen and a paper and help me welcome our CEO, Mr. Armand Puyolt.
How's everybody doing? Thank you very much for being on the call today. One thing that I want to absolutely talk about and how we can get you to success as the quickest manner as possible. Fantastic. Look, my friends, every single one of you right now are living through an era right now where there's this coronavirus, everybody's in quarantine, everybody is sitting down, maybe they're in their homes, something's happening. But here's one of the greatest things that you can actually imagine. This is the best time right now to grow your business. Why is that? In multiple, my friends, times in our generations that have had tragedies or even stuff like this, crises happen. Some of the biggest growths in business have become. This is what I'm telling you right now. Right now, you've seen a lot of people being laid off. You've seen a lot of people, getting, told that they're not going to have a job for 40 days. They need to feed their kids. They need to buy food. They need to do a lot of different things. But where's that opportunity for them to do what they need to do? See, a lot of people are looking for an opportunity right now. A lot of people right now in other companies, they're trying to sell, hey, I have this product that's going to help you with this. It's going to help you with that. It's going to help you with, you know what? What do people need the most right now? They need an opportunity. They need to change their lifestyles. They need to live a better life. They need to have cash coming in as they're sitting with their kids. This is the biggest difference right now in this world where you can have something that is pretty powerful. See, my friends, a lot of you do not realize how powerful you have it. A lot of you don't even realize how you can do something that is completely different. Be at home, even work from home. Yet, no matter what it is, nothing gets changed, nothing moves, nothing, changes your goals. You're still at home, you can still earn money. You're still at home, you can still build a business. See, I teach people, my friends, every day that you can communicate with people on a daily basis. I don't care if it's by phone, by messenger, or in person. Because a lot of us still have to go to the market, even if we're wearing our masks, even if we're wearing our gloves. You still got to talk to some people. And one of the beauties of all this, my friends, is that you have an opportunity that you can actually build a business during this tragic time. See, my friends, I'm going to open up right now something that is pretty cool. And we're going to start talking about what we can do and why we can do it better. See, my friends, a lot of you who don't know me yet, I've gone through life, I've gone through tragedies, I've gone through a lot of different things, and every single time I've gone through it, has boosted me to a better level. I don't see these tragedies as times that you can, sit down and cry and figure out, what can't we not do? Let's figure out what we can do. Let's figure out what we can change. See, years ago in 2010, February, I was diagnosed with gastric cancer, phase 4. I was told I only had 6 months of life during that time. During this time, I had choices that I can make. That was my own personal tragedy at that point, my own personal crisis at that moment. It wasn't a pandemic like it is now. It isn't something that everybody, is getting sick out there. No. This was my personal moment. I had 6 months. And I had to make a choice at that moment, my friends, is that either I take the, radiation, I take the chemo, and I have to lay down because I'll be weak. I'll be on a couch, I'll be on a bed, whatever it is, or I can ignore it and move forward. A lot of people would have chosen the latter. They would have said, you know what, I'm going to sit at home, I'm going to take my chemo, I'm going to make sure I get well and see how I can get better. I didn't have that time. I didn't have that time. If I've got given 6 months to live, I wanted to use that time to build our business. Why? To leave something for my children, to leave something for my wife, to leave something for the people that believed in us to a certain moment. So a lot of these people, my friends, turn around and looked, and they didn't even know I was sick. And I kept moving. I kept moving. And I kept moving. I kept talking to people. I kept talking to people. I kept talking to people. I kept building the business. And a lot of people don't understand, but sometimes when your goals are clear, sometimes when your goals get realized and you have it engraved in your brain, nothing can move you. Every single one of you who are worried about what's going on outside, don't worry. Have faith. There's a lot of different things that are going to happen, yes. But whether you and your family take a nosedive because of that, that's your choice. But if we accelerate and move forward and escalate, that's our choice also. So my friends, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we have.
This training by Armand Puyolt has such empowering information that it can change people's lives. Please refrain from viewing if you're a conformist, live without aspirations, live without dreams, live without goals, or if you're simply one of those people that are alive just because you breathe. If these type of people insist on seeing this training, Armand Puyolt will not be responsible for causing intense desires to change and transform your life from tragic to magic.
I always start with a warning because I want to make sure that every single one of you understand that what you're going to be learning today is going to probably open your mind. It's going to take you to another level. If you use the tips that I'll give you today, you will advance to a whole different place. You're going to be better. You're going to have opportunity. You're going to be living a much better situation than at this moment in time. But you got to understand a few things. A lot of people, my friends, there's a big issue with people because a lot of the entrepreneurs that you see, if you're one of them, you must have the gift of vision. Not the gift of dilemma, not the gift of sorrow, not the gift of crying. You have to have a gift of vision. Now, I'm going to tell you that most people don't have vision. Most people, even your own parents, don't see what you see. And I'm telling you right now, it happens all the time. You know, most of the people will not see your vision Because 98% of the people that are around you will think you are crazy. 98% will think you are doing something that is going against the grain. You are doing something that is going against the crowd, what everybody else is doing. But guess what? Let me tell you one thing. The more you move against the grain, the more you move against the crowd, the more success you will have. And you have to start to understand that. It might not be the easiest thing to do. It might not be is something that, it's going to be simple and pain-free. But guess what? It will be the most profitable, the more that we see it. Let me explain why. And I want you to understand, and if you understand this little piece, if you take notes, you will understand that your opportunity is how you see it. Your opportunity is what you can recognize other people and what their expectations are. See, my friends, you got to understand that 98% of the global population works for the other 2%. As a matter of fact, right now, there's even less people working for the 2%. See, if you become, people ask me, goes, what puts you into the 2% category? Well, earning $200,000 or more puts you into that category, basically, as a census in the world will tell you. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, you want to grow, you want to build, you want to do something that's great. But when every single one of you, my friends, are going after the 98%, you must understand that the 98% don't understand what you see, don't understand the vision. Because as an entrepreneur, I remember, you have vision. You can see yourself further on. And if you don't, you got to learn to see yourself into the future in a much better place. You must learn to create strategies that will make you or take you to the places that you want to be. You don't want to be the 98% or 2% listening to the 98%. And then later on in life, you're thinking, why didn't I? Why I should have, I could have, I would have. So you got to start thinking, who are you? Are you in part of that 2%? Do you see yourself progressing? Do you see yourself with a better life? Do you see yourself moving yourself forward? I want you to understand, my friends, that the 2% is not that they don't have, it's not that everybody has vision. You have to train your vision to where you want to be. Let me tell you this. Every single one of you, my friends, that are on this call right now, you may have vision because you're on the call. But let me see, what kind of vision do you have? See, let me explain. 2% of the people with vision, 2% of the people in this world that put jobs for everybody else, that have, they're entrepreneurs and everything else, I call them giraffes. And this is the reason I call them giraffes, because you're up high, you can see above sometimes trees, you can see further on, and you can tell yourself, guess what? I see that there's something out there further on that is for me. I see opportunity for me. I see where I can lead my life even better for me. And every single one of you who are giraffes, you have one issue and one problem: that you're not an eagle. Because an eagle is a type of leader that wants to work, wants to do things, doesn't need help, doesn't need an upline, doesn't need anybody, doesn't need anything to make sure it gets the job done. It's going to get the job done no matter what. But a lot of you are dependent on what your upline does, what your leadership does, what everything does for you to grow, because you're still a giraffe. But so you can understand more of what I'm talking about, if you're a giraffe, you're up high. If you're an eagle, you're super high. If you're 98% of the people around the world, you're a turtle. You're way down low. It's not their fault. They don't understand what you are. See, a lot of you get bothered, angry. A lot of you get, just doesn't understand why, if you come home with an opportunity, why doesn't your husband, your wife, your kids, your family, your friends understand the opportunity? Why don't they understand where you can go? Why can't they understand that you can be rich? Why can't they understand that you can make a fortune? Why can't they understand that it's a better way to live? And I'm going to tell you, it's not their fault they don't understand. It's that they don't have the gift of vision that you do. See, a turtle can only see so high. It cannot see as high as a giraffe. So they can see rocks, they can see grass, they can see everything else. And every single one of you, the problem is that we're filled our lives with all these turtles, and you expect them to understand your vision as a giraffe. You expect that every single person around you are going to understand your vision. They will not. The problem is that you come over all the time and you get confused because you do not understand why they don't understand. Why do all these turtles, all these 98% of the people always hold up and says, why am I not there? Why am I not, seeing this? Why can't they see what I see? All they can do is complain. Oh, one of those things again? Oh, you got a lot. Well, you're going to be selling products? Ha, ha, ha. You really think you're going to get rich selling tea? I know everything people say because they don't have the vision. See, the problem you have is that you ask the turtles for advice. You're always sitting there asking the turtles, what do you think about the business? What do you think about what I'm going to do? What do you think about selling tea? What do you think? Blah, blah, blah. The more you ask the turtles, they're going to give you their truth. But it doesn't mean it's your truth. It doesn't mean it's your vision. But the problem I see is that most of you take the advice from the turtles with no vision and make it your own. So now you are a tall turtle. Because you may say, I see that out there's a river. I see that there's all this. I see there's food. I see all that. Let's go. And the turtle goes, where do you want to go? Everything you have is here. You have a roof. You have some food. You might not have enough, but there's food there. Why do you want to go all the way over there? We're fine here. That's a turtle. The problem is that you listen. You get stuck. And you stay there because you're listening to the turtle all the time. Now, I want you to understand that if somebody ever tells you, I can take you, because we all have those uncles. I know how to be rich. I know how to get to the fortune. I know how to get here and I know how to get there, but they've never, ever done it. You can get crushed if you follow advice of somebody who doesn't or have never walked the walk where you need to be. You got to start learning that the opportunity is up to you. The opportunity to follow someone, always ask for documentation from that person. Always ask for people to give you that documentation that show you what in the steps that you want to be or where you want to become. So I would suggest you ask the eagles for advice. Don't ask the turtles. Ask the eagles. Ask the people. You get there, because they'll guide you exactly how to get there. You may not be able to fly just yet. You can see high, you can see yourself further on, but if you ask somebody with no vision down low, they're just going to give you their point of view. And if you're asking somebody with a low point of view, my friends, you're going to get stuck in a low point of life. So start asking people who have accomplished what you want. People who have accomplished and got further than you. How did they get to that point? See, let me tell you a little bit about myself. When I joined the business, I got impressed by a gentleman. You know, I was 17 at the time. I got impressed with this gentleman that, you know, was the first person who actually mentored me, put, you know, the little circles and little, you know, napkin presentation and everything else, and convinced me to leave the company I was at, that was a crystal company, to go with him. But he didn't convince me. I told him I would, because I understood everything he was telling me. But the thing that most impressed me about the gentleman is that he was making 20 grand a month, 20,000. For me, that time, that was incredible money, and I couldn't fathom people making that kind of money. I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand how people could make more, but yet this is the first person that I literally saw. He made 20 grand. What did I do? He was my eagle. I was the giraffe. I started to walk up, talk to him, and basically follow him everywhere he went. I carried the briefcases. I went to every meeting that he went. I helped him carry stuff out of the car. I learned his presentation. I learned how he presented. I learned how he talked to people. When I first did my first presentation, guess what happened? I even presented myself as his name, Sean. Why? Because I was so by the script that I even named myself the same name as him. It just clicked in my head. I did it by mistake, but guess what? I closed everybody in the room. I closed everybody that I was talking to. And then from there, I kept growing to the point I started making 20 grand a month. And all I did was duplicate what he was doing, even his dumb jokes. I was repeating them, and people were still laughing. And I kept going to the point that I kind of got stuck at 20 grand. A little higher, a little lower, but I got stuck over there at 20 grand a month. Now, for a lot of people who says, man, we can live on 20 grand a month, no problem. But guess what? I had aspirations. I was a very tall giraffe. So when I saw somebody else, I saw another eagle cross by, and she goes, I make $80,000 a month, and showed me. Guess what I did? I start following her. I start duplicating everything she does. I started moving everywhere. Everything that she was doing, I was repeating it over and over and over again until I was making her money. See, my friends, the secret here is duplication. The secret here is repeating what other people are doing that are successful. A lot of you who are in here at giraffes are believing the people who are just talking out of their ears and saying, all you got to do is go online. All you got to do is get this funnel. All you got to do is get this stuff, and everything will work for you. People are lazy, and that's why it feels that it's right all the time. But show me a person who's earning 7 figures that way, and you're not going to find it. Because they're always building and building and building and building, and they're never building. The key point is called residual. Residual is the business, that part of the business that keeps giving to you, keeps giving to you, keeps giving to you, to a point that you are making money without you even working. You can actually retire and keep making those 20 or 80 grand a month because people are duplicating. When people don't do that, it becomes that hard. Now, a lot of you are looking for the easy way. And I'm telling you what, and listen to me once. I'll write this down. There is no easy way. I know everybody wants to look for the shortcut. There is no shortcut. And unfortunately, everybody wants to do it the short way, the easy way, everything else. Nobody wants to invest into their business. Everybody wants everything free. Everybody wants everything in their hands. Everybody, guess what? If you're going to continue being that person, you're going to continue being broke. You got to learn to step up, be different, walk against, once against everybody else, the way they're going, you go the opposite way. Do things that are different, unique to you. And that's what we're supposed to do. Now, who do you duplicate? Duplicate the successful people. People that you actually see. If you see somebody goes, I earn $1 million, show me you make $1 million, and then I'll follow you. Don't just take their word for it because you saw them on YouTube or Facebook or because they're somebody. Let them show you their back office. Let them show you their bank accounts. That's where you will see if the person is real or not, if what they're saying is true. Because a blind person can't guide a blind. I'm telling you right now. If you want to get somewhere in life, you want to be successful, follow somebody who's successful and do what they're doing. Repeat it, you will be successful. It's just that simple. Hope you guys understand. Now, if you seek advice from the Eagles, simply duplicate, like I was telling you, everything they do. That's all you got to do. You don't have to do anything spectacular. Guess what? A 7-year-old can duplicate something a 7-figure earner can do. It's not that hard. You know what makes it hard? That you have that mentality of being a giraffe and still asking your turtles for advice. Turning around, what do you think? Should I do this? Turtle's going to go, you crazy? I go, oh yeah, I'm sorry. You don't do it. Stop asking the turtles for advice. Ask the Eagles. Do what the Eagles do. It's just that simple, my friends. Now, eventually, if you do what the Eagles do, you will fly as an eagle and you get what you wanted. But it takes courage. It takes pain. It takes work. Listen to me. It takes work. It's not going to be easy. But I promise you one thing, my friends. If you learn to do this right now, it won't be easy, but you will be free the rest of your life. It'll become easy as soon as you learn the art form. I tell people it's simple like this. When you first cooked, you didn't cook something that was wonderful. You cooked something that was horrible. You didn't even want to eat it. But little by little, you start cooking, you start perfecting your recipes. You perfected a recipe to a point that that's the item that everybody wants when they invite you over to their house. Bring that pie, bring that casserole, bring that whatever. But it becomes you because you practice it so good that you became the teacher, you became the professional, you became the master of that. You got to become the master at this business. You got to get that black belt. You got to get that, you got to become that guru. You got to become that person. But the only way to do it is to practice your art form. Talk to people every day. Even if you don't exit your house, even if you're not going outside, guess what? Talk to your neighbors, talk to your, people that you know, call them up on phone, call them on Messenger. Guess what? Let them know. He goes, hey, who do you know that would love to lose 5 pounds in 5 days for $25 a week with a product so organic, even a 5-month-old can use it? Oh yeah, what is it? I got coffee or tea. What would you prefer? Oh, tea, no problem. Fantastic. You got to drink something hot right now anyway. You got to start learning, my friends. The opportunity is within you. Now that you are an entrepreneur, even as a giraffe, you start building on. You start learning that you have the true gift of vision. You start learning and believing in yourself, where you're going. That's when you start converting and start becoming a true leader, a true entrepreneur. The more you move forward, my friends, the more you're going to get better. But all it takes is your vision and what you're going to do. Are you going to go? Are you going to believe in your vision? Are you going to believe in what you see? Are you going to believe in what you can do? Are you going to believe in the possibilities of changing your life from tragic to magic? Or are you just going to hold off? Are you just going to bend over and say, forget it, I'm done? No. We move forward. We make mistakes along the way. That's okay. It's part of being an entrepreneur. But you get up, you shake it off, you dust off, and then we move forward again. You keep moving forward. There's not one entrepreneur that I know that has not ran into mistakes. Here's the difference between me and you. I take huge risks, huge. Every single day, I'm looking at what I can do to advance this company, to advance myself, to advance, everybody else is in the company further on. Do I make mistakes? Yeah, I make mistakes. I've lost a lot of times and I've lost a lot of money because I've made risks. But when I did, every single time my risk pays off, it advances the company to levels that no other company has been at. See, because of the risks that I take, this company, Vida Divina, has reached levels that companies have never hit. For example, we're the first company to hit, we're the fastest company to hit the top 100 companies in the world out of 64,000 companies worldwide. We're the fastest growing product network marketing company worldwide. And that is a fact. We're the fastest growing, we're the only company, my friends, out of 64,000 companies represented at the GoPro at the last event, the World Series of Network Marketing. There was 13 brand new 7-figure earners, a year earners, that were presented in front of everybody from all different companies. And 7 of them were ours. Were from Vida Divina. What does that tell you? Risks pay off. Were they painful? Yes, I've lost a lot. But guess what? I don't mind losing if I'm going to learn and I'm going to move forward. I don't mind losing if I'm going to keep moving this company to levels that no other company has ever touched. That's what you got to think within your business. What am I going to do? Yes, nobody wants to do what I do, but if I do this, there's a risk. But if I advance, I'm going to jump over everybody who didn't do it. You got to just take that perception. Now, fear is a liar. And I know a lot of you get held up with fear. At this moment, fear is what's consuming every single person around. Now, some fear is real. For example, people who don't know how they're going to feed their kids without a job. People who don't know, what they're going to do the next couple of months if they can't get, money. Forget about the toilet paper, not having toilet paper like everybody else is out there. Think about this. What about if you have no food? What about if you have no money to buy food? What about what are you going to do for your kids? What are you going to do for your family? That's what you should be thinking of at this moment. What am I going to do? I can't use fear. Fear is a liar to me. I'm going to move forward because I'm moving the company forward. For example, we just cracked another diamond. We just cracked another silver. We just cracked another emerald. What are we doing? We are continuing on growing no matter what the situation is. That's what you got to do. You got to learn that. You got to put that in your head. As an entrepreneur, it says, I have no boundaries. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm going to be who I'm going to be because nothing is going to get on my way. Not what's going on outside, not people, Not everything else. I mean, there's just possibilities are endless, but you gotta start to work it. For maximum success, you need to always be what others fear to be. Just remember that always. If you can be somewhere where people fear to be, you're going to have maximum success. Don't fear the possibilities. Fear you not doing what you need to do. Fear losing what you can do for your children, for your kids, for your grandkids, for your family. Everything what we do is real, my friends. So now as you're looking back and you go, why haven't I grown? Why haven't I done, why haven't I done this and why haven't I done that? Why haven't I reached ranks within the company? It's very simple. You know what the problem is with your business? Is that you think you have time. You think you have time. You'll say, I'll do that tomorrow. You're not prospecting 25 people every day to tell you no. You're looking for 25 people to tell you no every single day. That's the job. 25 people every day to tell you no. I don't care if it's online. I don't care if it's in public. I don't care if when you go to the supermarket. Guess what? Everybody's looking for an opportunity right now. And if you're not looking, if you're not, talking to people, you are losing out right now. A lot of people who would have told you no in the past, guess what? They're all willing to look for something because they don't have a job. They're looking for what to do, what to make money on. Don't lose that opportunity at this moment. Don't believe you have time. We don't know if we have time. We don't know. I don't know if I'll be around tomorrow. But guess what? I work as if today is my last day. I work every day to the maximum of my ability. And I talk to tons of people every day for the same reason. Go after them, go after them, go after them, go after them. Why? Because you will be successful if you do. Between all those 25 who tell you no, there will be some who say yes. If you have 5 who tell you yes and buy product from you, 5 a day, that's an extra $500 a week in your pocket. That's an extra $2,000 in your pocket, extra to whatever you're making right now. You get 10 people to tell you yes every day. If you don't stop until you get 10 people to tell you yes, guess what's going to happen? That's $1,000 a week, $4,000 extra dollars a month. Will that help you change these times right now? Will that help you put your children into a better school district? Will that help you put your kids, feed your kids, pay your rent, and do a lot of different things? An extra $1,000 a month, wouldn't that change your lifestyle forever? Wouldn't you drive what you want? Wouldn't you live better no matter where you're at? It doesn't matter if you're Ghana, it doesn't matter if you're Nigeria, or you're here in the United States. An extra $500 a week or $500 a month will help drastically in some places in the world. And all you got to do is go out there and look. People are hungry. People are desperate. It is your defining time at this moment. But it depends on you and what you want to do. You want to stay at home? You want to sit down and do nothing? Watch TV? Fantastic. Watch the news? Get worried? Great. Or do you want to build something that is real? See, my friends, we continue to build. But see, now, I can give you all the information in the world. You may already know most of the information because you might have already gone through a lot of my trainings. But if you have all the right information and you just sit there on the rail, you're going to get run over. If you don't practice what you know, if you don't become active in learning and building and actually going out there and looking for 25 people every day to tell you no, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get run over. You just sit on the tracks. Don't do that. If you have a bit of knowledge, start practicing it. Make it yours. Practice, 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 practice. Make it better. Be you. So now is your time, my friends. What will you do? Are you going to sit there, wallow, cry about the situation, cry about what's going on, be hungry because your kids are starving, your kids are hungry, you can't get no food, you have no toilet paper. What the heck? I'm telling you one thing. If you have money, if you can earn to make money, if you can learn to do what we do, there's always going to be somebody who wants, even if they sell it at double or triple the price, we can always afford it. They want to sell food at one point and say food gets more scattered and there's less food in the world. Guess what? It's just going to cost more. But if you can afford it because you do things right, you're going to be okay. But if you just sit there on your hands, learn like what you learned today and don't practice it, you're throwing your future away, my friends. So I appreciate every single one of you who are on this call. I want to make sure that every single one of you who are listening to me understands that you put God first in whatever you do. You put your family second, whatever you're doing. And then you put your business third. But you push on your business so hard that you cover all three. Don't ever forget what we do. This is a business, this is an arc. And everybody who's gotten on this arc since we were in 2016 and it keeps getting on and keeps getting on and keeps getting on, guess what? The times of Moses, those 40 days. Right now, we're going to go through 40 days on this arc. It's up to you what you want to do, my friends. But I do suggest that you start believing in you. Don't talk to the turtles. Don't talk to the people who have no vision. Talk to the eagles. Get advice from the eagles. Duplicate the eagles. Start getting those 25 no's every day. Start doing everything you have to do to be successful. And my friends, your life will change forever. God bless. Thank you very much for being on the call. I appreciate every single one of you. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.